All right, man. We back in full effect once again for another week. Welcome back to another episode of the APF podcast, episode 68. It is the most phenomenal man that has shocked the system yesterday. Once again, aka the coach.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, it's your boy going forward. And yesterday,
Oh, cool.
what is that? Okay.
Now,
Um,
I'm
and
confused. You said cool. I was like, y'all that's straight. That's how you gonna
oh
do me?
yeah, I'm sorry. I was just because I heard that noise. I was like, what the hell is that? I'm also, hey, I'm doing good. I just saw Ronnie 2K put all his Galaxy Opal dupes on the auction house for 15K on Xbox. Wow, interesting. All right, it's
So
crazy.
I forget. So you watched the Hardy's little video, right? I forgot what
On
he was talking about.
whatever with Dark Cloud, isn't that what it was? Or is it something else now?
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean it was Dark Cloud. I
Is it the
forgot.
Dark Cloud
I
thing?
forgot what it
Oh
was.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So I
that's
mean,
that
I was
yeah.
like, you was watching, so we could just talk about it right here. So
Yeah, I mean, really what that video was about is that Dark Cloud went on the Weapon Wheel After Dark podcast and talked about, things that you shouldn't talk about of a podcast that you're in, especially very, personal things that are going in the podcast. And Hard Eight did, his usual live streams that he does a lot now and was talking about that and how basically you can't trust anybody, which, he already says that before, but even though he says that, you still want to trust somebody. I don't care who you are. You still want to trust people. And, Dark Cloud's been shown to be unworthy of that trust. And I'm not sure if he announced or have said on that live stream that he's removing him from the podcast or whatever. But I wouldn't
I
be
mean,
surprised if he does do that.
as far as we know, I think he said like I don't think he said anything like that, but he said he was talking to like the members about and see how they feel. And I mean, for if I was one of them, I'd be like, I don't know, man. I mean, the dude literally was exposing everything about our business. We can't have somebody like that. That's just not. We can't just have this guy that exposed our shit that he's not supposed to expose, and we're just gonna we're just gonna let that slide like it's like as if as if it's a good thing or as if we don't care. No, they care. So what I think is they should boot him up, boot him off. Why? Why would you keep somebody that is going to expose your business? Just no. That's exactly the same
Yeah,
thing that happened with that's exactly the same thing that happened with Hardy in Weapon Wheel. They had secret. They had another group chat with him not in there. So I don't think nobody knows this, but they had a group chat with Hardy not being in there, and they was just talking. They was just talking them off the mouth, and they was just saying whatever. No, and nobody in Hardy never knew about that until they had a falling out. Until after they had a falling out, it started coming up. So my thing is they should boot him off. No, you can't have somebody like that in there.
yeah.
That's what makes our shit work is because yeah we don't get the views, yeah we don't have a lot of people, but we talk what we want to talk about, and we don't force it. We don't force it. We just talk what we want to talk about. If the views come, the views come, and the views don't, views don't. That's not that's not what our that's not what we're trying to do, especially right now. Because what can we do? So I enjoy what we have, whether we have any barely any subs or not. Because at the end of the day, it's not if we focus on that, then we're not gonna have as much. We're not gonna have fun as we are right now, just talking about whatever. But like all these other podcasts that have like one simple topic with like 10 people, no, just talk about what you see and then move on. But just like how they should move on from Dark Cloud because you can't, like I said, you just can't have somebody that talks about your business. We don't have that here. That's what makes our shit work. y'all gotta
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah, they should let that guy go.
Y'all gotta understand one thing is you have people that you trust. It's vice versa between us. We trust each other, meaning we obviously live with each other, so that means we have yeah, we've had problems in the past, but at the same time, we don't be going around telling other secrets to other people. We just don't do that. Cause for what? Because at the end of the day, we're gonna have to face each other. We're gonna have to look each other eye in the eye every day. And the last thing we everybody anybody needs is some drama when you live with each other. Because when you do that, then that causes problems, and that's something that nobody needs at all. So my take is just boot them off. Fuck out of here. You can't be talking crazy and come back. What's going on?
Yep.
Is
Hmm.
it lagging?
You
Because
know,
you
it's
respond late.
no, no, it shouldn't be lagging. It's gonna have a
For
little
me,
bit
like
of a
after I talk,
delay.
because for me, after you
I
talk,
try.
then you respond.
Oh, well, I try to leave a little bit of a time in case you may say anything else before I talk, because that's just um that's how the internet goes. It's always a little bit of a lag before. Um, and so yeah, with the heartache, yeah, you should probably get them off. But if your members say something different and you believe in a democracy on your podcast, then if the majority says so, then you gotta do what the majority says. That's all I can say about that. So it's all right.
I mean, he's been having this problem for years. He's been having this problem for years with untrustworthiness and trying to trust people. He's even had this problem
Yeah,
in real life,
yeah.
long time ago.
I mean, yeah. You're gonna have that problem all the time. But uh, if he wants to do his own podcast, he can shut it off. And just hope. But I think it's just best to remove Dark Cloud. Go with the three guys. Bring in more guests. Um, the last episode was pretty interesting with the guests. The females they brought in. Do some more. The women they brought in. Do some more of that, and to circumvent the issues. But it's up to the guys in that podcast. If they think they can handle Dark Cloud or whatever, fine. Look, I don't think you don't. I don't know if he said you can't go on Weapon Mode podcast. If Hardy ever said that, but if you do, you should keep the conversations about other things other than your own podcast. If he said, "Hey, you can go on," that's what I think. I think you shouldn't be discussing podcast matters on there at all.
That
You
is
just,
yeah.
you just,
Because you can't be talking. Because
you
you
really,
can't be discussing your own business on other people's podcast like that. That just creates unnecessary drama, and then that just creates more questions than answers.
yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so you seen? I mean, well, you. I don't think. So have you seen Jake and K and JJ's new song?
They have a song together.
No, I'm talking about both. Hell no, they. I'm talking about like both of
I
them. They
know
have a
that.
song.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know about the new song Jake has. I haven't listened to it at all because I don't follow Jake Paul. But yeah, I know about the new song or new songs, both of them.
What about JJ?
Yeah, I've seen his. I don't listen to his music either. I don't listen to either of their music. So, but I know about their new songs. Do I know the names? Not really, but I do know they released new singles. Unless KSI
Oh,
is releasing
so
an
okay.
album. Yeah.
So the reason why I bring that up is because I mean I didn't go on Jake. I obviously didn't go on Jake's channel because I mean I just don't like that kid. He's just he's just fake
Yeah.
to me. So I'm not gonna give him my view or whatever. So the reason
Hmm.
why I bring that up is because you listen to his track, right? Fresh Out of London. That shit does not sound like him. That shit does not sound like him. The lyrics don't sound like him. Nothing of that song sounds like him. I believe somebody else wrote it. You can look at the writers and know that somebody else wrote it. But you look at Spotify, Spotify only has his name. and I seen a reaction of this one guy called No Life Shack. Uh, I seen his reaction yesterday, like late night, because I was like, okay, so I'm just reacting to this video, and come to find out that Jake said him and one other friend wrote the song, meaning that he used his friend's bars from that song and he did not credit him, but he said he wrote the song himself. So which one is it, my nigga? Which one is it? Did your friend write the song with you, or did you write it yourself? Because you just said your friend wrote the song. So you gotta pick which one. Come on now, you gotta pick which one. And I seen a bunch of evidence out there that he obviously does not know what charting how charting works. He obviously doesn't know how the right music writers work, because samples, beats, and like and some more shit. Yes, KSI doesn't have as much music out there as well. He hasn't done it as long, but he has more of a sense of it more than Jake. And for what I've seen, also Jake knows his name. Jake knows his nigga name, and he proceeds to talk about all the writers on his list, and all the writers on his list, he doesn't have none but by JJ's name. Why? I don't know, but but for me, he's just pure hating. He's just pure hating, and this goes to me going on to his new song "Lighter," which is a fire tune. It's a fire tune, by the way. Go listen to it on Spotify. Run those numbers up. Buy on Apple Music. It's a summer tune. Okay, you listen to that song. It's a summer tune. I mean, it's a summer tune, but you can listen to it all. You can listen to it anytime, anywhere, obviously. But for how the song is like designed and how the song flows, it's something you would play at a summer party. And he goes on his brother's podcast talking about it has no lyricism. It has no lyricism. Da 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 da. No, shut up, nigga. No, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about by Logan. Logan, he kind of like gave him. He kind of it's like he is hating, it's kind of like he's more hating. I don't know what else I can say. But Jake, he's just straight
Mm-hmm.
hating. He's just straight hating. He's talking about there's no lyricism. I'm like, dude, come on, come on, man. Of course, not every fucking song gotta be lyrically great. Not every song is like Eminem. Not every song is like J. Cole. Not every song is Logic. Okay, so for me, when I heard that, I'm like, bro, this song is a summer tune. There's some of his lyrics are like questionable, but at the same time, it's something. It's a tune not to be taken serious. It's not really that much of a serious deal, but he goes over there and thinks because for some reason because of that song he thinks he's goaded in music now because that song is so good. He thinks he's goaded. No, you're not. We seen your track record of music horrible. You only charted twice. KSI's charted 10 times. So before you start talking about other people's music, you need to get up on them charts. I guarantee you release an album. I don't. It's not. I don't even know if it's in the chart. I'm gonna say that. I don't know. So from so I just don't understand why he just can't give him his props. JJ gave you props on your song. He may not have said it's good, but he gave you props. If you wrote it, it comes out to find it. You ain't wrote it, so therefore, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm gonna give the song its due. It's good. It's better than what all your other songs put out. But I just don't believe you wrote it. I just don't believe it. I just can't. I just can't give you that, man. I just can't. I can't give him that. I just cannot because it's not him. You listen to the song. You listen to the song, and you listen to this old song. It's just not him. Uh, So
Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I also looked up something of that he say he got Disinger or Desslinger, whatever his name is.
Oh, the designer,
That Jake
designer.
Paul, yeah, designer. Okay, yeah, yeah, that Jake Paul got designer. That's what some people said. Now
Oh no,
clearly
yeah,
this
designer
song
was in the
is a
video.
diss.
He made a cameo.
Yeah, so maybe he helped him write it. Some people say that. Look, clearly this song is a diss at KSI. Obviously, he wants a boxing fight against him. This is clearly why he made this song. However long ago he made this song, because let's remember, a lot of songs are made way earlier in advance. So who knows how long he's made this song? But this is clearly a diss at KSI. For whatever reason, he's doing that. I honestly believe that J. Paul is never going to be a great rapper or good. KSI will be good because people actually like his music. The only good song from Jake Paul
Because
is his
his
first ever
album did number
song.
two in the UK charts. So there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, and
Jake's song only charted in four different places. KSI song charted like more than like 20. So there you go.
yep, yep. We'll see. We will see. So let's get to the
He been
big.
wanted to fight. Okay, you know
Yeah.
what? Yeah. I'll just save it for I'll save it for the end. I'll just save it for the end.
Okay.
Let's get to what we really about to dive into, and that is the NBA season restart. And I like what I seen yesterday. I like what I see.
Like what?
The NBA season restart.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was good.
I like what I see. Uh, let's see. Let's get what the game.
Yeah, it was a very good game. Even though there was a lot of ball turning over, but that's uh, to happen because they haven't played basketball in nearly half a year. So, what is it? First game, both games were 2-point wins. For the teams. The Jazz beat the Pelicans 106-104. Big thing to take away from that game, apart from the teams both being unable to defend the inside or the basket. They couldn't really defend penetration into the key. Zion Williamson only playing 15 minutes. I did just look on Twitter from Dave Griffin on the New Orleans Pelicans Twitter page. I think what he said was basically, 15. They're gonna play Zion like 15 minutes. I did not like what they did for Zion. He needs to play more minutes because there's
Yeah,
no other
he
way to
has
get
to.
into
He
shape.
has to.
You know, he got 30. He had 30 points those minutes, so he was pretty effective. Zion is one of the most effective players in the NBA already, clearly because when he was we saw what he did in the first game against the Spurs. Like the guy had like near I believe 20 points or so in those small minutes he played, and the team was very good when he was out there. Zion did what he's been doing all year, gets the ball inside, takes one drop set, spins, and elevates, and he has a great ability to lay the ball off the rim or I'm sorry, off the glass, however, to get a really good shot in. And you know, the Pelicans they lost the game. They had a 16-point lead after the second half, and the Jazz were able to get them down, run them down. Uh, Mitchell had 20 points. Mike Conley, who I'm very happy with the performance, had 20 points. Jordan Clarkson has had 23 points. He led the team in scoring, and Rudy Gobert had a double double, as usual. And then if you go look on the Pelican side, Ingram had a good game. Holiday had a good game. Lonzo wasn't great from the field, but he usually does what he does.
When is he
And
ever great from the field?
it was who did?
When is Lonzo ever great from the field? Let's just put that out there.
Oh, well, that's true. I mean, when is he ever great from the field? Yeah, but I know he was shooting pretty well from at least a three before the restart, but clearly that went out the way. Um, but that's my takeaways from that game because I think that was a game. I know I watched both games, so I know what happened. And that game was really good at the end. You know, uh, Surprisingly enough, Rudy Gobert uh, had the game-winning free throw shots to win the game. As we all know, he's not a great free throw shooter, so that's great for him. And I think that's great for him and Donovan Mitchell, right? Donovan Mitchell and him have had a little bit of a, kind of icing of their relationship because Rudy Gobert was stupid and did not take the COVID thing very seriously and got him sick. So I'm very happy for him and Mitchell because they should have a great relationship. They're going to be can they be the Stockton Malone? Can they get this team to the NBA Finals or at least a conference championship? We will see. But I'm very happy for the Jazz. Do you have any takeaways? Did you even watch any highlights of this game at all?
No, I didn't. I didn't because the game because the game wasn't really as important as the Clippers and Lakers.
Well, I mean, the game is important for the Pelicans. Remember, we were talking about earlier podcasts about how are they going to start out the Pelicans. We were talking about look, they have 8 games to keep it within three, and not only keep it within three, but they have to win enough games as well as keep it within three to beat on the Blazers. Remember, today, if it was on TV, which it probably is on NBA TV, I think the game we need to watch yes, on NBA TV is Memphis versus Portland. That's a big game today, as we all know, right? For the seeding.
Those teams they got somebody's gonna lose that game obviously, but it comes down to
Yeah,
who.
obviously. Yes, it does. And I think
I think
for
I think I
the
think
Pelicans,
I'm
they can
putting my
win.
bet on Memphis. I'm putting my bet on Memphis to win.
For me, I think I really do think that Portland's gonna win this game. We just got their starting five: McCollum, Lillard, Anthony. They're putting Whiteside on the bench for Collins and Nurkic. So I think they're gonna win this game. I think they're gonna win 6 of the 8 games, and they're gonna beat Memphis twice and make it to the first round to face the Lakers in August 17th. I think they're gonna win today's game. I don't trust Memphis. They didn't have a great scrimmages, really. So I think Portland's going to come out and really light on fire. That's just me. I think Dame
I
Lillard is
mean
going to
that
have
can
game
all
time
change.
all
That
game.
can all change. That could change. That's what you think, but then when it comes game time, that's a whole different story. So
Well,
who
I just
knows?
trust. I trust in the. Yeah, I mean, I trust Dame Lillard more than John Morant. John Morant's a rookie. Regardless of how great he's been, I trust Dame Lillard more. Even though John Morant was crying, saying it was unfair, um, don't worry. It'll be really unfair when you lose. Keep the attitude up, because I'm just waiting for them to lose, and then he's gonna complain. Oh, we should have, and then nobody's gonna feel for you, dude. You know why? Because you could have still won this game. This is a big game. He needs to stop worrying about, it's unfair. If you win this game today, you put them 4.5 games behind you. They need to take these seriously. He should stop complaining about the format. The format was the most fair it could be to teams that were close to you with more than 8 games remaining. They had like 15, 16 more games. They only get 8, so this is fair. I didn't like his complaining. I thought he was a big boy, strong guy over there. But I guess he's okay
I
with
didn't see
complaining
him complain.
sometimes.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I saw it on
I didn't see that part.
ESPN. I saw on ESPN he was complaining about the way they're doing it. So I didn't like that. Yeah, yeah, on I'm on Yahoo Sports. He said the playing system's unfair. I'm like, are you sure it's unfair? What if you're in this way? I guess it wouldn't be unfair. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's a hypocrite, but he may sound like a hypocrite to me, and that's what I was having an issue for. All I know is, oh, just like all these stupid players, he goes and says, honestly, I don't think so. He never explains why. Never explains why. If you thought it was unfair, why did you vote no when they voted for this stupid thing? Oh, now I'm mad. Oh, now I'm mad. Come on, man. Whatever, dude. Stupid. Whatever. I just hate
It's
that.
just
I
one.
hate that shit. Why are you complaining?
Like now when
Damn,
he's
bro.
there, now he wants to complain. But when he wasn't there, oh, no, it was all fine. Okay, that's cool.
Come on, bro. You know, you know. If that was you, you're telling me you wouldn't want this. You're telling me if the Pelicans were the eighth seed and you were tied with 3.5 games to go, three and a half game deficit with like 15 games left, you wouldn't want the ability to come back in this shortened season and have a chance to make the playoffs to get a play-in seed? Come on, man. He's a hypocrite, and I'm hoping he does not make it because I didn't like this. I didn't like this at all. I didn't like it at all. I don't like it when people complain. Huh? Come on now. They David Miller's like, give us a chance to make it back in, and I'll play. All of them wanted it. 29 teams said sure. Come on, man. You telling me he couldn't tell the Memphis Grizzlies to vote no because we don't like it? I guess they wouldn't. They couldn't do that because if they vote no since they're a seed, people say they don't want to have no competition. Anyways, it's whatever. That pissed me off. I'm not happy about that stuff. That's just me.
So what we all came here for is is the Lakers and Clippers. My team pulling out the dub and
Barely.
AD dropping 30. Oh,
All in the third quarter. Nothing in the fourth. Only 2 points.
hey man, look. I mean, the way I see, it, yeah, he may have dropped only two, but you can't really force too much. You can't really force it too much.
Look, man. You know what I've always said is that AD gives me everything in the third, first, second quarter, but when it hits that fourth quarter time, that big money time, I don't see him. I see LeBron, 7 points, 2 assists to 2 3-point shots, defensive stops. With AD, I don't see nothing. I'm just saying that's just me and myself. But yes, Anthony Davis. Let's also not forget that Anthony Davis had a -3. LeBron had a -4. McGee minus. Danny Green -17. What does that tell you? The team wasn't very effective when those guys were on the court. But but
I
their
mean, they
bench,
both
you
dropped
had
six
Kyle
points each.
Kuzma. What in the fourth?
No, Danny Green and JaVale McGee, they both dropped 6 points each.
Yeah, but look, Joel McGee only plays like 11 minutes. He barely plays. So, but I don't even, that's why I've always had an issue with like the Lakers. You put this guy as a starter. Is he happy with playing 11 minutes? I don't know. He like does it is it good? Would you rather be off the bench and play Kyle Kuzma or Dion Waiters like minutes, or play a starter and only play 11 minutes? I'd rather be on the bench. Look at that. Dion Waiters had in his first game played 21 minutes. JaVale McGee, who's been on this team all year, plays only 11. Dion Waiters played 2 less minutes than their two centers played. That just tells me. Not only is their guard spot really weak, they clearly trust Dion Waiters way more than they should. But he did good yesterday. Had 11 points, so it's all good.
Well, we seen Henny Godsmith play only 8 minutes. That's why I said
Yeah, I
the
mean,
scrimmages mean nothing. The scrimmages mean nothing until you play those 8 games. And look what happened. He didn't even score.
well, the scrimmages are somewhat a barometer of how good these guys could possibly play. Like those scrimmages told us that Kawhi Leonard wasn't going to shoot very well, and for the most part he did okay. But remember, in those scrimmages he was not shooting that great, and that kind of continued a little bit. Now, uh, the entire Clipper starters, except from Zubac, were a plus. Now, Paul George was a +0, so basically he was neutral. But when they had Kawhi Leonard and on the court, they're +16. Marcus Morris a +10. But if you go to their bench, they only had one plus guy, which was Jermichael Green. Everybody else was either a 0 or a minus. So the Clippers are not great with their bench. They're much better with their starters, somewhat, if you could say.
I mean, just
But
wait until they get Lou Will back after making that stupid mistake.
yeah, they'll get Lou Will back at the third game. He will miss the second game. So from these minutes breakdown, it will change next game. I think Patrick Beverly will be back starting playing 30 minutes. As we all knew, he was not conditioned well, so that's why he only played 16 minutes. He didn't shoot. He did score 12 points, so which is good. But always my issue with the plus minus stat is all it is basically how many points did the team score when you're on the court compared to what your team scored, right? And my issue with has always been I don't think what does it really show because Kawhi Leonard has a +16 would tell you that well if he stay on the court maybe more like 38 minutes, their team would have would have won the game because his plus minus was so high. But you have the Lakers who had Anthony Davis and LeBron on the court, and they won the game, but have minuses, -3, -4, uh, because Anthony Davis was on the court when he had all those bench guys come in, and they weren't very good, and LeBron the same thing too. So they're always going to have bad plus minuses unless they blow a team out, right? So that's why I've never liked the plus minus thing because it's a stat that's very indicative of who you're playing with at the time. Like Anthony Davis is playing with freaking uh, Danny Green and J.R. Smith or something. Like, good luck, or good luck or some shit. Playing well at all, or your team like keeping the lead. That's why I don't care about plus minus because plus minus is just how many points did you score when you're on the court, your team versus their team. If you have a bad defensive team, good luck, good luck. So yeah, that
I mean, the plus minus the plus minus thing, I never really cared about. I didn't even know what it was. It was just like another thing there I was looking at because it doesn't really mean much. It's just a number. It was just a number to me.
yeah, it doesn't mean much because it's just a stat that shows how many points did how many was your team either plus when you're on there or minus. Basically, did your team play good defense and you guys score, or did you guys play good defense and not score, or did you guys not score at all and played horrible defense? That's what the thing is. That's why I was like, I don't care about that stat. I don't need that stat to tell me that the team was bad when they had this player on there. Come on now. Mm. I never liked that stat anyways. So, but LeBron plays some good defense. I gotta give him credit where it's due. We know LeBron has been allergic to
Yeah.
defense. He's taking medication. It looks like he takes medication when he plays defense He doesn't want to do anything.
I
But
mean,
I
I
was
don't know
very
about
impressed with
that,
how
but
he dealt with. I mean, it's true, anyways. But I get it. You're a Laker. You're a Laker
medication.
homer, Laker fan. Yeah, I
I mean,
get it.
medication though. I mean, come on now.
The bro looks like he's on meds, bro, when he tries to play defense usually. But yesterday, he was really trying to play that beautiful defense, and I liked it. Clearly we see that Kawhi Leonard doesn't want that smoke with LeBron. That's what I saw. Now it was the first game or whatever, but let's not forget what's it called? What Kenny Smith said the first game of the year the Clippers won, where he said Kawhi Leonard made LeBron look unathletic. Well, maybe he should have said yesterday that LeBron James made Kawhi Leonard look unathletic because Kawhi Leonard couldn't blow past LeBron apart from the first time they matched up in the first quarter when LeBron clearly thought that JaVale McGee would help him on the left side and he blocked the right so he go left and there was no JaVale McGee. So LeBron, I give him props. He played very good defense on both guys. And Kawhi Leonard does not want that smoke. That's clear as day. He didn't want that, man.
No,
No.
we all know he don't want. We all know he didn't want it. Every time he defended him, he couldn't really do much.
Yeah, he really couldn't at all. Like, I'm like, dude, you couldn't
Oh,
like blow past him.
he looked like when Kawhi goes out there, he looks like he looks stiff. He,
He really
there's no
does.
like there's no flow within his game. There's no like any kind of like there's no movement. There's just all it's just stiffness to me.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, why is he pump fake every time? I swear to God, this guy pump faked on like 5 or 6 shots. Like pump fake, pump fake is a good move, but you can't pump fake every time, man. Like I'm like this guy pump faking and has to give the ball up. I'm not seeing him do no step back threes. I'm not seeing him lull the guy to sleep and drive hard pull up. I'm just seeing him stop, dribble again, stop, pump fake, get the ball. Now, Paul George was really good yesterday. He was their best player, because he actually could shoot the ball well. If you look at the numbers, Paul George was 11 of 17. So he was the best shooter on the court for both teams, right? Like Anthony Davis was 8 of 19, LeBron was 6 of 19, and, Kawhi Leonard was 7 of 16. So Paul George is the only guy making double-digit field goal attempts. And as we all know in basketball, if a guy is making a double-digit field goal attempts with uh, double-digit field goal makes with attempts, he's pretty hot. He's pretty good. So I was very impressed with Paul George. Um, I know that I was watching my guys Undisputed today. He did not turn into George Paul, as Skip Bayless says. Kawhi Leonard screwed him when Kawhi Leonard pump faked and put LeBron right there. Like, what was Paul George going to do? Like, come on now. He tried his best, and they missed the shot. Well, they should be happy. The Lakers should be more happy. They beat this team without two of their good guys, or at least some bodies that they won't have. So it's a big one for them. And for the Clippers, it was a good shot, good try. It's the first game. You didn't have Lou, you didn't have Montrez, and that's just the truth of the matter is. And I think next time you put Lou Williams there, you put Montrez there, they're gonna beat the Lakers. But right now, I gotta give it to the Lakers. They're the better team. They're the better team right now. I gotta give them that.
Yeah, as you should. No hate, no hating.
I don't hate any team. That's just not true. Okay.
That is
Um,
cap.
I'm not Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless hates LeBron or whatever he feels about LeBron. I'm not capping. I'm not lying.
He pays
Okay.
bills though.
I do
He
not
pays his
hate the
bills though.
Lakers. That what? Huh?
He pays his bills though.
Of course he pays his bills. Skip Bayless was a literal nobody until LeBron James came in and he took LeBron James was like, oh, this or that. Yeah, LeBron James pays his bills. We know that. LeBron won't say that because he ain't savage enough. If it was me, I'd be like, this guy talks about me all the time. I pay his bills. Let's be honest. He got on that ish because people are like, what are you gonna say about LeBron? Because he's the LeBron guy. Like that's that. We all know that. Come on now, huh? I mean, he's had other crazy things, but the LeBron ones is the thing. Like we all know that. Mm-mm-mm. Oh man. Uh, what else about the game? 20 turnovers by the Clippers. Let me look here. Uh, yeah, 20 turnovers. 30 personal fouls. That's a lot of fouling. The Lakers had 16 turnovers, 27 personal fouls. Uh, they get both teams fouled way too much. 28 free throws for Clippers, 37 for the Lakers. So
Oh
yeah.
damn.
Uh, it's a lot of free throws for both teams. The Lakers shot 30% from the 3-point line, 11 of 36. We know they're gonna shoot better next time. Danny Green has some open shots. LeBron has some open ones too. Anthony Davis has some open ones, which led to them having a 39% of field goal percentage. Um, Clearly, the Clippers shot won this game. The Clippers shot the same amount of 3-pointers, made 16 to their 11. Shot, uh, what's it called? Shot eight less free throws. I'm sorry, eight less um field goal shots, but made the same amount. So they should have won this game. They really should have. But and they have almost the same percentage from the free throw line. So the Clippers really should have won this game. So it's not good. If you look at the stats tell you the Clippers were clearly the better team in this rusty big time game. But when you have LeBron and you know that's usually the difference. As we saw in the final shot, LeBron thought he'll get a foul. I think the other players thought he would get a foul, it looks like, and nobody boxed him out, and he was able to get the rebound and lay it in for the easiest game winning shot I've ever seen in the last like 5 to 10 years. But it's a game winning shot no matter the less.
And played by good defense as usual.
Who played good defense?
Braun.
No, not usual. But yeah, yesterday was pretty good. I
Uh,
was happy. Yeah, it's true though, right? He usually doesn't play defense. Come on now, we
I
know it's
mean, I
true.
guess, but not. We're not gonna compare him to James Harden now.
Uh, of course not. Nobody's that bad. James Harden makes a concerted effort not to play defense. LeBron would like to play defense, but he plays kind of like a free safety. He does defensive signals. That's kind of why I give him a break. Apart from also the offensive load, but this year there's no excuse. He has another all NBA top 5 player. He needs to play some defense, and I was very happy with yesterday. So clearly, the Clippers should expect the best LeBron that we're gonna see for the rest of his career when they play against each other. Because LeBron be playing that defense for real. So yeah. Um, I would like to talk about the home team here, the Houston Rockets. We need to talk about them. First game tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. That's going to be an insane game just because they both play no defense. The Dallas Mavericks have the greatest offense in NBA history based on offensive efficiency. That's who the Rockets are going to play up against. Expect Kristaps Porzingis to eat PJ Tucker alive. He will. Okay, he just will. We all know it's gonna happen. And Luka Doncic is gonna shoot that three, gonna get them layups. So, it's gonna be a fun game. I cannot wait for this game. I can't wait. Oh, it's gonna be fun. How about you?
That's the one game I'm looking at the most. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. I want to see these teams duke it out. But I think Dallas is gonna pull out the victory.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and and, they're- and
The
also
other
their
game,
Houston's lineup is what's going to kill them. It's going to kill them badly. They have no
yeah,
center. They have no like tall people. So they're
yeah,
expect Porzingis to get double teamed like crazy.
yeah. Ooh, I mean, I hope so. Because that starting line for Dallas all can shoot threes pretty well. Well, except Dwight Powell, but 4 of the 5 can shoot threes pretty well. If I was Dallas, I would kind of position Hardaway to be on the side of Porzingis. So if they do try to double team or so, he could if they double team if the guy who's guarding Hardaway double teams, Hardaway gets the easy three or vice versa. But I did
Or
read
put
that
Luca or
Porzingis
put
averages
Luca over there.
yeah, or Luka, yeah. I did read that Porzingis averages 29.5 points, 12.3 rebounds, and I believe about 3 blocks per game this season against the Rockets. So clearly, he's going to be an issue. Mm. And also,
I
you're
mean,
right.
yeah,
Orlando is beating Brooklyn by 30 points. So, yeah, Brooklyn sucks.
I knew it. Yeah, no,
Brooklyn sucks.
I wasn't lying about that game. Shit,
Oh, well,
I knew that
I'm
was gonna be a
sorry.
disaster.
I'm sorry. I know. I said Washington. I said Washington was actually going to do well, and I still think they will. But yeah, I said the Nets. The Nets were pretty fucking done. I ain't gonna lie about that. They were pretty much done.
They don't even got
What am I
Kyrie.
looking
It's
here?
over with.
Karis LeVert has 15 points. Uh, what's it called? Uh, Allen has 12 points and a couple of rebounds and assists. The high man is Evan Fournier with 24. Not a lot of people talk about Evan Fournier. That guy, he's
Bro,
a
everybody be
pretty
sleeping on him.
consistent.
Everybody be sleeping on that dude,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he's a consistent 20 per game scorer. He just is always on the Magic, always. Him and Vucevic kind of people don't talk about, but they're pretty consistent players, if I do say so myself. I like him. I like Fournier.
Oh yeah, him and
Uh,
Vucevic, bro.
yeah, yeah, they're good. Yeah, they may get swept by
Yeah.
Milwaukee, but they are good because that's gonna happen. They're gonna get fucking swept. Um, from what I'm seeing here, Brooklyn actually was leading the game, 39-36 after the first quarter, and then Orlando blew them out. So that was to be expected. Oh man. Mm. So are you looking forward to Boston Milwaukee? You think that's the game you would actually want to watch? Because that could be an Eastern
Oh
Conference
yeah.
Finals
Oh
preview.
yeah.
No, no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be.
Yeah. That game starts 5:30 our time. So I will watch that. I'm not gonna watch. I do want to watch Portland versus Memphis, which is on now because it's just too important. It's too important. That game, the Boston game, and the Houston game are important. I don't care about Sacramento and San Antonio. Now, the only reason you will care about that game is because whoever wins that game gets a half game on top of the other team, and on Memphis, right? And if Memphis loses today, that becomes a full game. So that game is important because people do forget it's not only Portland and New Orleans, it's the Kings and the Spurs as well.
I don't know why the Suns are even out there. Why are they even there?
I don't know why. They're too far ahead. Way now, if they win enough, look, if they win like 6 or 7 of their games and the other teams lose like 3 or 4, then they'll be in it. But that's the only thing I can see, really. If I'm one of these, look, see, this is my issue. See, this is why the Pelicans should have won yesterday because of Portland. Portland has a built-in um, advantage due to their winning percentage. So if they win today, it makes it even harder for those teams to make up that difference. It just does. Oh man.
Yeah, but Memphis,
Uh,
they're almost 50%. Memphis, they're almost 50%. So
yeah, but
we got to catch up to them.
really yeah, but if I'm these teams, I'm just trying to get into that 9 seed and trust I can beat Memphis twice. That's what they should do. If I'm like the Portland Trailblazers, I'm trying to catch Memphis, but I'm also trying to like at least if we can't catch them, at least keep us in the 9th spot. That's why today's game is so important for them because you you're gonna do a play in if you don't catch them, as long as you're 3.5 games or more in. So it's okay if you can't catch them. You just have to believe that can any of these teams beat Memphis 2 times in a basically 3 game series? Oh well, no, in a two, it's weird, okay? Because if you beat them once and they beat you once, it's over. And if you beat them first, you gotta beat them twice in a row. Basically, there's no safety net. You have to beat them twice in a row. I think Portland can do it, and that's the only team. I don't trust any of the other teams, even the Pelicans. Look what they did yesterday. They couldn't close that game out.
They choked that lead.
I think Portland.
So yeah,
Yeah, they did. I think Portland can do it, especially if Portland beats them today. That's already a free rent in the Memphis Grizzlies' head. Like, oh my God, we couldn't beat them today. What if they have a really good run? They keep in, and we have to face them again for the play-in. Yeah, that's free rent in somebody's head, and so that game is really important in general.
those games are because that really like that ninth seed is everything. If you don't get that ninth seed, then you're done.
Yep. So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, no, I think that's it.
Alrighty. Let me see if there's anything else. Unfortunately, today, Jamal Crawford will not be playing, so that sucks. Really wish he was playing. They should play him anyways now because they're losing by like 30 points, so they should just play him anyways. Man,
I mean, there's no
I
point
wish, I
anyway.
wish.
They're losing by 30.
Yeah, that's true. Whew. What else? Is there anything else on here? Let me see. No, I guess there's nothing else. Oh yeah, Mohammed Bamba, he stood up for the national anthem, so we all know how big of an issue that's going to be for people. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. But apart from that,
It's not that serious.
nah,
It's not that
it's
serious, but
irrelevant.
people want to take it to the next level. I don't see it as a serious issue.
Yeah, look, it's never been. Look, I don't care if you kneel. I don't care if you stand. You're good. Mohammed Bamba stands. That's great. Okay. If he kneel, that's great. But I know he knows what he did. And I'm sure he has his answers coming up. And I know that conservatives are gonna be like, "Oh, are they gonna cancel Mohammed Bamba?" Like, no, they're not. They're not. It's not that. It's not that serious. Like, come on, come on. Like, whew. But
Niggas say trying to
that's it,
can't
man.
get
Let's
canceled.
end this one.
Please.
Yeah, that's what they always think they can do. No, they won't. Man, let's end this party so I can get back to earn these cards. Ooh.
Well, that's
Really
the
some
end
good
of this
cards.
episode.
Yep.
Everything has been said. This has been an episode of APF Podcast, episode 68. It is I, the most phenomenal man that shocked the system, aka the coach, signing out.
And this your boy going forward. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Enjoy the topics. and everything. And, have a good weekend. Stay safe, wear a mask, and we're gone, man.
Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and if you're new, you know what to do. And we out. Ah!